Hello, kindergartners, and welcome to another online story time with the Massanutten Regional Library. I'm Miss Stephani, one of the children's librarians here, and I do story times at the Page Public Library and the Shenandoah Community Library. And today I'm going to share books about kid artists. And you may think I have to be a grown-up to do art, but no, you can do art when you're a kid. And these three books have some really fun stories about kids who do art. The first is called I Ain't Gonna Paint No More. One day my mama caught me painting pictures on the floor, and the ceiling and the walls and the curtains and the door, and I heard my mama holler like I never did before. Y'all ain't gonna paint no more. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. That's what I say, but there ain't no way that I ain't gonna paint no more. So I take some red and I paint my head. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Oh, what the heck, gonna paint my neck. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. So I just can't rest till I paint my chest. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Guess there ain't no harm if I paint my arm. No, I ain't gonna paint no more. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. But I just can't stand not to paint my hand. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Then I see some black, so I paint my back. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Like an Easter egg, gonna paint my leg. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Still I ain't complete till I paint my feet. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. But I'm such a not gonna paint my what? Y'all don't think, 'cause there ain't no paint. So I ain't gonna paint no more. The end. Oh, that was a fun book. Now, the next book we're going to read is called The Art Lesson. And this talks about a boy who loves to draw. Tommy knew he wanted to be an artist when he grew up. He drew pictures everywhere he went. It was his favorite thing to do. His friends had favorite things to do. Jack collected all kinds of turtles. Herbie made huge cities with his sandbox. Jeannie, Tommy's best friend, could do cartwheels and stand on her head. But Tommy drew and drew and drew. His twin cousins, who were already grown up, were in art school learning to be real artists. They told him not to copy and to practice, practice, practice. So he did. Tommy put his pictures up on the walls on his half of the bedroom. His mom put them up all around the house. His dad took him to the barber shop where he worked. Tom and Nana, Tommy's Irish grandfather and grandmother, had his pictures in their grocery store. Nana, Fall River, his Italian grandmother, put one on a special frame on the table next to the photograph of Aunt Chloe in her wedding dress. Once, Tommy took a flashlight and a pencil under the covers and drew pictures on his sheets. But when his mom changed the sheets on Monday and found them, she said, "No more drawing on the sheets, Tommy." His mom and dad were having a new house built, so Tommy drew pictures of what it would look like when it was finished. When the walls were up, one of the carpenters gave Tommy a piece of bright blue chalk. Tommy took the chalk and drew beautiful pictures all over the unfinished walls. But when the painters came, his dad said, "That's it, Tommy, no more drawing on the walls." Tommy couldn't wait to go to kindergarten. His brother Joe told him there was a real art teacher who came to the school to give real art lessons. "When do we have our art lessons?" Tommy asked the kindergarten teacher. "Oh, you won't have your art lessons till next year," said Miss Bird, "but we are going to paint pictures tomorrow." It wasn't much fun. The paint was awful, and the paper got all wrinkly. Miss Bird made the paint by pouring different color powders into different jars and mixing them with water. The paint didn't stick to the paper very well, and it cracked. If it was windy when Tommy carried his picture home, the paint blew right off the paper. "At least you get more than one piece of paper in kindergarten," his brother Joe said. "When the art teacher comes, you only get one piece." Tommy knew that the art teacher came to school every other Wednesday. He could tell she was an artist because she wore a blue smock over her dress and she always carried a big box of thick colored chalks. Once, Tommy and Jeannie looked at the drawings that were hung up in the hallway. They were done by first graders. Your pictures are much better, Jeannie told Tommy. Next year when we have real art lessons, you'll be the best one. Tommy could hardly wait. He practiced all summer. Then on his birthday, which was right after school began, his mom and dad gave him a box of 64 Crayola crayons. Regular boxes of crayons had red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, brown, and black. This box had so many other colors like blue, violet, turquoise, red, orange, pink, and even gold, silver, and copper. Class, said Miss Landers, the first grade teacher, next month the art teacher will come to our room, so on Monday, instead of singing, we will practice using our crayons. On Monday, Tommy brought his 64 crayons to school, but Miss Landers wasn't pleased. Everyone must use the same crayons, she said, school crayons. School crayons only had the same old 8 colors. And so, as Miss Landers passed them out to the class, she said, these crayons are school property, so do not break them. How much is to practice being an artist with school colors? Tommy asked Jack and Irby. That's enough, Tommy, Miss Landers said, and I want you to take those birthday crayons home with you and leave them there. And Joe was right. They only got 1 piece of paper. Finally, the day of art lesson came. Tommy could hardly wait. He hid the box of 64 crayons under his sweater. He was ready. The classroom door opened. Miss Landers said, class, this is Miss Bowers, the art teacher, who, remember, don't ruin the 1 piece of paper each of you. Now pay attention to Miss Bowers. Class, Mrs. Bowers began, because Thanksgiving is not too far away, we will learn to draw a pilgrim man, a pilgrim woman, and a turkey. Watch carefully and copy me. Copy? Copy? Tommy knew that real artists didn't copy. This was terrible. This was supposed to be a real art lesson. He folded his arms and just sat there. Now, what's the matter, Miss Landers asked. Tommy looked past her and spoke to Mrs. Bowers. I'm going to be an artist when I grow up. But Miss Landers won't let me use my own 64 Crayola crayons. Well, Mrs. Bowers, what are we to do? She whispered with Miss Landers. Now, Tommy, Mrs. Bowers said, it wouldn't be fair to let you do something different from the rest of your class. But I have an idea. If you draw the pilgrim man and woman and the turkey, and if there's any time left, I'll give you another piece of paper, and you can do your own picture with your own crayons. Can you do that? I'll try, Tommy said with a smile. And he did. And he did. And he still does. The end. All right, so I have one more book about kid artists. This book is called Grandma in Blue with Red Hat. Saturday is the best day because that's the day I go to art class at the museum. I've been coming here forever. Miss Montebello is the art teacher. She knows everything about art. Do you know that anything can be in an art exhibit? Toys, hair clips, guitars, water bottles, anything. Miss Montebello calls us her little Picassos. Picasso was a famous artist. He liked to paint in his underwear. I wonder if underwear could be in an art exhibition. Can any of you little Picasso tell me why you think this is in the museum? That's the question Miss Montebello always asks when we look at art. Alice says, because it's beautiful. Sasha says, because it's different. Henry said, because it tells a story. Thomas said, because it came from somewhere far away. Jack says, because it makes me feel good. Alex says, because it's funny. Karina said, because there's only one like it in the whole world. Miss Montebello says there are no wrong answers when it comes to art, and she explains that most of the artwork was given to the museum. Maybe someday I could give artwork to the museum. Grandma is waiting for me at home. What did you do in class today? I tell her, then I realize Grandma is beautiful, Grandma is different, Grandma is funny, Grandma tells me stories, Grandma comes from far away, Grandma makes me feel good. There's only one of her in the entire world. I should give Grandma to the museum. The next week, I tell Miss Montebello about my idea, and she tells me I should ask the curator of the museum. Your grandma sounds like an exceptional grandma, but as much as I'd love to accept your gift, we do have a rule at the museum: we do not take grandmas. And that's when I have a great idea. So let's see what he does. Mom and Dad and Grandma help me get ready for the big day. A little to the right. No, too much. Just tilted a teensy bit to the left. My friends are there. Grandma's friends are there. Mom and Dad's friends are there. And Miss Montebello and the curator are there. Welcome to my exhibition, everyone. And it's all pictures of his grandma. This one's beautiful. This one's different. This one's funny. This tells a story. This one makes me feel good. I especially like this one. What do you call it? Grandma in Blue with Red Hat. What a wonderful exhibit. It's one of a kind, just like Grandma. The end. Thank you so much for joining me today with Books About Kid Artists. I look forward to sharing more books with you soon. Have a good day. Bye.